Hey guys, and welcome to Griffonia. Recently, I played as Bronze Hill and had quite a bit of a problem. We won't be playing as Bronze Hill again, though. We will instead be playing as a country that probably has a worse start than Bronze Hill. Even though we're the same color as them, and we start off kind of in the Empire, we actually aren't part of this region. We're part of the North. I honestly don't know what this country does, but they're probably pretty weak. Yeah, I can confirm they are in a much worse situation. You can tell just based on technology. They only have these 2 techs researched, I guess if you don't count some random Navy techs, but this is very bad because this technology blocks this technology, and yeah, it's taking us so long to research these 2. It's going to take almost the full year. We at least have the ability to get 2 research slots no matter what path we do, so we will have 4, but research speed through poor science base is our main problem. See, we do have access to raiding though. Our people have embraced raiding as a way of life. I mean, maybe we can actually get some raids on some of these countries with 1 division. Like, let's raid water towns? Or I guess we can't raid water towns, but we can at least raid the fir tree villages. They have 2 divisions though. I mean, I think we should be able to win a small border war against them, because if we get loot, we can use that loot to get factories. We need a lot of it though. An unusual position to be in too is we're a kleptocracy, rule of thieves, and have criminal economy. I mean, this is not good. I don't think this really has any advantages. We'd much rather be on like early MOB or anything, but a good 0% stability. But if we can remove criminal economy and our other bad national spirits, we'd be fine. And of course the Emperor is dead, so now we're free. We can do our focus tree, maybe get to fixing some of these terrible problems with our country. We'll go ahead and start with the sun never sets. With the Emperor dead, it is up to Ervir, Sunstriker, to lead us forward. Long live the king. Even with 2 divisions, they were able to hold off our raid, but it doesn't matter too much. We will just keep doing our focus tree until we get to journey to the center of the mind. And in the meantime, we will build up our infrastructure. My opinion is when you have so few civilian factories, it's best to just focus on infrastructure, unless you already have a lot of infrastructure, but we basically have none. So we'll build up some infrastructure and then maybe start building civilian factories in Brantbeek. I don't know how good that'll be though. We're now researching infantry weapon 4s, which is better, I guess, than these really bad things. And since we have better guns than muzzle loaders, we can now introduce electronic engineering. Things are still pretty bad though, pretty bad. And the only people we can raid, we will definitely not win because our divisions are so bad because of this bad equipment. You know, maybe this wasn't the right country to pick. I should have just like picked something easy and then stomped the AI and felt better about myself. And here we are, finally to make everything worse. Our leader is now in a coma. That's good. At least he didn't gain some trait that made his political power minus 100%. He's already terrible enough. At least he has plus 5% attack. And whispers in the dark, I know your pain, child. I know how it feels to rule but not feel adored. I, he who rules over life and death both, am not beloved, but you, my dear friend, you must understand. Your people lie to you, steal from you, would betray you at a moment's notice. Is this what you call loyalty? Yeah, I'll serve this guy. He sounds like he's super cool. I love serving the death god. That's great. Yeah, this is a pretty classic scenario. Now we'll get to serving the old ones. Hopefully they give us some really powerful buffs. I'm hoping, maybe, please, because I think we're just weaker than like everybody we border. I think we're just the worst of everybody. Some of these are okay. That they're okay. And to point out too, it's been a year and a half and this infrastructure isn't even done. The one that we constructed first or tried to. Not good stuff. Not good. I think what we'll do too is go out of our way to research radio. Radio is a very important technology, and fighting some of these countries that may be much more powerful than us might be possible as long as we have radios and do some funny micro stuff. We have a lot of mountaineers and lots of mountains, so we can get away with a lot actually. And we've gained some decisions that I think might finally help us. The sacrifice decisions, raising the dead, blessing of production, blessing of war, and massive sacrifice. I mean, massive sacrifice is pretty good. Okay, we might need to do that one. It'll decimate the population here, but I have to do it. I have to do it. Okay, now we finally finally have political power, and we can get the cult leader, naturally. We maybe should have just not done our focus tree for a while at the start and got that guy before we lost all of our political power, but I don't know. This focus here gives us 3 divisions. We don't need to do it now because we're not getting in a war, but before we get in a war, we should do that one. For now, though, we'll finally get our 3rd research slot. We're doing pretty bad in terms of research, but I've researched the most important ones, at least in my opinion. You know, it honestly might be a good angle to try to attack the northern tribes before they become a puppet of Skynavia. What I should probably do is research trains. Yeah, that might be a smart idea. Well, we didn't have time to justify on the northern tribes, but we can maybe do a quick little border war here for Elf Lake. Maybe. Okay, well that was super easy. Trying to get this state might be more difficult. The Republic has a much bigger army, but with a border war, who knows? It's probably more about quality of divisions. Well, I didn't even bother completing the focus for the border war against the Griffonian Republic. The only way we actually win the border war is if they're in a war and too distracted to deal with us. I do think we have an opportunity to attack Skynavia though. They have no supply, and their army is trying to defeat the northern tribes. I mean, I don't know what their army is doing. The northern tribes has 1 division. They're out of supply over here, so this is probably our only chance of quickly dealing with them. We're doing a focus 2 to get 3 extra divisions, and this division should be able to deploy soon. I guess maybe it needs some equipment, something. It's time to just declare and try to do something. If we don't attack them now, we're just gonna be defending these stupid mountains until the end of time. And we got some really OP divisions. Mars chosen divisions, very good. I think we're slightly weaker, but they're in such a precarious situation here, this northern tribes war, that we should be fine. We'll also start justifying and declare war on the northern tribes too. They probably have a lot of war score, or maybe no, they don't have any war score and they're about to capitulate. I'll also probably research military police too. I don't know if we can core many of these states. You know, I will not be puppeting them. I've learned my lesson about puppets. Their army is so poorly placed though. There's just no supply anywhere. This place is terrible. I mean, half of our country is like unsupplied. We didn't even start with trains. They probably don't have trains. 4 divisions are encircled. 2 more divisions are gonna be encircled. We'll at least get some supply. Well, I guess we don't actually have any other ports, so getting that port doesn't really help us too much, but we'll start building railways. Yeah, I don't think they had any divisions defending their capital, and our justification against the northern tribes will still take a little longer. Unfortunately, when we capitulate New Skynavia, we will run into the age-old issue where we get separated from the rest of our territory. It's a classic. Okay, apparently I don't know how Hearts of Iron 4 works, and we just get to annex the northern tribes too. That's really good. Nice, thank you so much. Wait, do they have a navy? No. Oh well. What could have been? Well, supply might not be good here, but Vedina has a very underdeveloped army, so we should probably fight them before the Republic fights them, and then we will have to move on to fight the Republic afterwards. Okay, and it took a little while, but they capitulated. I do think I should puppet them, though. And the Republic is in an alliance with Skyfall. That's really bad. Okay, and this is bad. The Griffonian Republic justified war against us in record time. I mean, maybe I just didn't notice, but it seemed like it happened pretty fast. If they weren't in a faction, this wouldn't be that big of a deal, but since Skyfall Trade Federation is going to probably send all their divisions here, I don't know what we can do to defend our extra territory here, so I'm just going to turn my garrison orders off so that this area becomes terrible for them when they occupy it, and then try to keep my armies over here and maybe make something happen. I think there's a chance we can do something, but it's not going to be an easy war. We'll just try to deploy some extra divisions and maybe make a miracle happen. Well, things aren't going that bad for the death cult right now. I mean, there's strikes, but we're encircling divisions. I mean, most of our country is occupied, but this is fine. It sucked occupying that stuff anyway, and our subject is perfectly fine. The Griffonian Empire will eventually declare war on Skyfall, so we at least have an out. I'm pretty sure what's happening now is the Griffonian Empire is probably doing under a clear sky because they randomly pulled off divisions from our border. Right as we were starting to fall apart, we're desperately defending the capital. We have this division over here. It's like Helm's Deep. We're waiting for the relief force and it's almost here. Let me mention too that they have volunteers from the Kingdom and the Republic. Everybody kind of hates us because we're a death cult, but we're still the underdog here. And yeah, hopefully this is now the end of it. I think they should lose. We've weakened them so much. Well, we did it, kind of. I mean, we survived. That was pretty good, and then we got saved. I feel like this is a success. A success for Sunstriker, for Mar. It's all pretty good. We even got a few states. This one that we can actually core. Nobody lives here, but still, it's a victory. With that though, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.